Hi everybody, so today I'm going to do a review of the CSB Verse-by-Verse Wide Margin Cross-Reference Bible. So this one is put out by Holman, so it comes in a nice two-piece box. Along the bottom as well as the sides, it gives some information about it. On the back, we'll have a little bit of information about it there as well if you would like to pause and read that. Then we'll drop down and look at the features. So it's going to have a verse-by-verse layout, double column format, cross references, black letter, 10-point font, 3 ribbons, a concordance, sewn binding, presentation page, and maps. So there's a little bit of information about it there as well. Here's our ISBN number. It does retail for $149.99, and right now you can get this Bible for about $95, and it also comes in a brown bonded leather. That one retails for $70, and you can get that one for about $47. So I will link both of them in the description box. So the way that this Bible comes in the box is it comes wrapped in this black paper, so really nicely presented, keeps the Bible protected until you actually get it home and open it up. So this Bible here measures out at 9 7/8 inches tall, 7 1/4 inches wide, and it is 1.5 inches thick. We're going to have brown head and tail bands. We can see our 3 ribbons there. Nicely done gold gilding. We also do have a light art gilding on there, which looks really nice. But a nicely done goatskin cover. It is going to be different than the other Holman goatskins that you've seen in the past. So really nice, perimeter stitched. On the spine, we'll have the CSB True North logo, Holy Bible, Christian Standard Bible, and Holman. And then we have these tool lines on there. So it looks really nice. It is going to be leather lined, so you're going to also have a leather liner. We've got our gold gilt line all the way around there. It is also stamped goatskin leather cover. You will get a little sheet talking about the warranty. You could pause and read that if you would like. And you want to make sure that you keep that with your Bible, so I would just keep that in the box. So this is going to be edge lined, so this liner is going to be tabbed up onto the block. You can see that line there. These first few pages will be stuck together, so you want to make sure that you don't try to pull that apart. And this one right here, you're going to feel like you're grabbing multiple pages when it is just one. So that is super thick. We've got our presentation page. Then we get into verse-by-verse Bible. I do like the way they've got that nice dark shade of red on there. This one is going to be the 2020 edition of the text. So we can see right here, this one was printed in China. So we're going to have all of our books of the Bible. We'll also have the introduction to the CSB. It'll go over how the names of God are translated, the footnotes, the gender language. We've also got the commonly used abbreviations, and then we get right into the Old Testament. So I really do like the shade of red, and then they've got that little like flower type design at the beginning of every book. So we'll see that right underneath Genesis. So this is going to be a double column layout. So we're going to have verse by verse. All of our verse numbers are going to be in that same shade of red, which I think is really easy on the eyes. All of the cross references will be on the bottom right hand corner. Then any of the translation type notes will be along the bottom. So again, we've got a 10-point font. It is line matched. You can see how nice that is with the red verse numbers. It's just super, super easy on the eyes. On our margins, we're going to have a 1-inch margin. The inside margins are 3/4 of an inch. So if you write small, you can utilize a lot of that for notes as well. But we can see how nice that looks with those gold gilt lines on there. In fact, I'll get you just a hair further back from that. Another thing I do want to point out is right here. So we've got not just only a sewn binding, but we've also got what is called overcast stitching. So on all these little short stitches there, that is overcast stitching. So this has a really nicely done binding in this Bible. So it just lays really nice wherever you're at in this. It does have a 36 GSM paper, so nicely done on the paper. And we'll have our books our page numbers, all of our chapter numbers, all those verse numbers, and then the verse numbers in the references will all be in that same shade of red. And that to me is really easy on the eyes to be able to look down and see where you're at. And when you go to look for your references, it makes it nice and easy to see those, and then it's not cluttering up the text at all. So I really like the layout of this Bible. The gold gilding on there is done really nicely. And then again, there is our art gilding, but really nicely done on the gold gilding. And that art gilding just looks really nice. So it is nice to have a more premium edition of the CSB. So we'll take a look at our first ribbon, which is going to be double-sided satin. They're not a wide ribbon at all, but it is double-sided satin, and they do give us 3 of them. So I do like that we've got the 3 ribbons. We've got the black, the red, and the gold. So I'll get you a close-up of those next to the cover. So I love it when a Bible has 3 ribbons. So here's our second ribbon, which is a gold, again double-sided satin. And then we'll also get you a close-up of how the Psalms are laid out. So you can see that there. So again, just in that same verse by verse. But just really easy on the eyes. This is just such a great layout for this Bible. And I personally think this is a really good price for this edition as well. So here's our third ribbon. So again, double-sided satin with the red, and they are long enough to use. So that I do really like. So this one, we're back here in the New Testament. Again, this one is just black letter. So the only red you're going to have is going to be the books and the chapters, the page numbers, our chapters, and our verses. All the text will be black. So those of you who love a black letter Bible, you will like this one. We'll get back to the back of the Bible. We'll have a table of weights and measures. And then we'll get into our CSB concordance. It's going to be a 3-column layout. We still have those nice wide margins. The words are going to be done in bold. They are a little bit smaller print, but it's very easy to read. So still easy on the eyes. It's going to be a 75-page concordance, so good amount. And again, you can also utilize all that wide margin space for additional notes as well. We're going to get back to the maps. We're going to have our full color maps. They are done on a satin finish paper, and I do like the colors that Holman used on these newer style maps. I think these look really nice. So here is some stitching, so evidence of our sewn binding. So that is always nice. And it does lay flat pretty much no matter where you put it. In fact, we're right back there in the maps, and I haven't even broke this one in yet, and it's staying open for me. Then we just get back to the back of the Bible. Again, this page is going to feel like it's a handful of pages. In fact, you can see that it's just staying there by itself, but it is just one big thick page. Then we get back to the back of the Bible. We can see our gold gilt line, but just a really nicely done edition of the CSB. The print and everything in this one is fantastic. I'm so glad that they came out with a premium type edition of the CSB. So again, line matched text, 36 GSM paper, verse by verse. So just a great layout. If you preach from the CSB, you could try this one because again, it is a 10-point font. So if you have decent vision, this would be a great one to preach from. But just a beautifully done Bible. Again, the goat skin on this one is really nice. Completely different than some of the previous editions of their goat skin leather. And again, the spine looks really good with all those tool lines. Kind of reminds me of how R.L. Allen just has tool lines instead of raised hubs. But just a great edition of the CSB. So if this is your translation of choice, and you've been wanting a nice premium type CSB, this one would be a great option to go for. I will put links to this one as well as that brown bonded leather one in the description box. So if you'd like to check out the current pricing on it, then you can check that out. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.